Now Arjun wants to know. It begins with the second adhyaya of Bhagavad Gita here. What happens to the soul when the body dies? When I'm killing my family members, their body will die. But what will happen to their soul? Then Sri Krishna answers him, the soul never dies. Only the body changes, like we change the old clothes. So the soul cannot be dyed. We cannot cut it. We cannot put it in the fire. We cannot make it wet with water. Also, we cannot dry up with the wind. There is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Nainam chandanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nakledayantyapo, nainam marutaha. So, I didn't chant the shloka completely, but there's a shloka in second adhyaya which explains the quality of soul, that it cannot be cut using a weapon, it cannot be put into the fire, it cannot be dried with the wind, nor it cannot be made wet with water. Means moral of the story, we cannot do anything to the soul. The soul will take another body when it loses the current body. Understood? So, O Arjun, when you are killing your brothers, it means that the soul will become free, and in the next birth, the soul will have another body. It means the soul never dies. Understood? This was the answer given by Shri Krishna. Then next question. Why do good and bad things happen to people? Why there are good situations, why there are bad situations in our lives? Why does this happen? The answer to this question is they happen because of our actions, the karma. Good actions bring good results, bad actions will give you bad results. Means whatever karma, whatever duties and responsibilities you are doing in your life, if you are doing good actions, you will have good results. Understood? So this was the question asked by Arjun, that why do good and bad things happen to people? See, so easy questions he is asking actually. And he's getting confused before the war. Now the war has not begun yet. And that's why he's having so many questions in his heart. And he's opening all these questions in front of Krishna, and Krishna is answering them. Next question. Can I escape from problems by running away? Arjun is asking, can I escape from my problems? And if I run away from here, is it okay? Shri Krishna is saying, no, running away only creates more fear. Facing problems makes you more strong. Okay? So don't run away from your problems. Instead, face them. Else, if you run away, it will create more fear in your heart. That's why don't run away from your problems. Always try to face them with bravery. Then next question. How do I control my mind? It runs everywhere. Now our mind is like our heart, our decisions. If it is running everywhere, if you are not coming to a conclusion, then what will happen? And how to come to a conclusion so that your mind becomes steady and you can take right decision in your life? What we can do? With practice and patience, slow your mind and it becomes calm. When your mind is calm, you can take good decisions in your life. And how it can come? It comes with practice and patience. What kind of practice we have to do? We have to do meditation. Okay? If you perform meditation at least 5 minutes a day, and if you have patience that yes, it will work one day, then slowly your mind becomes calm, and whatever decisions you are making, they will always be successful. So that's Shri Krishna is answering to Arjun. Next question. How should I live my life? How should I live my life? How my life should be? Shri Krishna is saying, live your life with truth and do your duty. Always perform your actions. Like if you are a student, behave like a student. Do all the duties like a student. If you are the child of your mother and father, how a child takes care of their mother and father, live your life likewise with truth in your heart and love without expecting anything in return. Live your life without expecting anything in return. Don't ask for unnecessary things in front of your parents. First, do your duty. As a student, you have to study. You have to be active in other curriculum activities also. And as a child of your parents, you have to take care of your parents also. Whatever small things you can do for them, you should do them with your pure heart. And you should not expect anything in return for these things. If your parents give you by their own choices, then you can accept those things, but never demand for unnecessary things and trouble them. Just live your life with truth and do your duties. In this way, everyone should live their life. So that was the question and that was the answer. Are you understanding everything? Is it easy?
Yes, really easy. Easier
Yes, Arjun
actually.
is asking simple questions. Okay.
But it's really easy to understand and all, but it means something.
Yes, we can follow all these things in our life. It is not necessary to follow all things at once. We can practice one by one thing on a daily basis. We have to cultivate that activities, that patience, that bravery, courage, these kind of qualities we have to cultivate in ourselves. We have to bring that qualities in ourselves. And then we can live our life with truth and we can do our duties and responsibilities like a nice manner. Let's see the next question. Now Arjun is asking, what is the best way to pray? And Shri Krishna is saying that pray with love and pure heart. I'm always in your heart. Just remember me. Whatever things you're doing in your life, just remember me. Oh Krishna, I'm going to study now. Please be with me. Oh Krishna, I'm going to play now. Please be with me. In this way, we can pray to Shri Krishna. Not only Shri Krishna, whichever God you like, you can take the name of that God and you can say, like if you are worshipping Bhagwan Shiva, you can say, oh Bhagwan Shiva, now I'm going to eat my lunch. Please be present. Please bless me. Please bless me always. So whatever work you are doing, always take the name of the God you love and you can remember him in this way. So this is the best way to pray. Understood? Next question. Then Arjun is asking, oh Krishna, will you be with me when I need you? And Krishna is saying, I'm always with you. Even when you didn't see me, I am by your side. Even if you don't see me with your eyes, I'm always by your side. I'm always present there to help you whenever you need me. Just what we have to do, we have to just chant his name, remember him, and we'll feel that divine energy. And we'll feel, yes, our God is being with us only. Okay, so this was his question. So beautifully he is asking. He's opening his heart in front of Krishna. And Krishna is also answering the questions very nicely. He's not saying that, no, I don't want to answer. He's not saying like that. He's always helping Arjun in each and every way he can. Next question. What if I fail? And what if I make mistakes in my life? And Shri Krishna is saying that we learn from our mistakes. Keep trying and never give up. Let it be. Mistakes happens from human being. We are bound to be make mistakes. But we should learn from our mistakes. We should not forget the lesson which we have learned from our mistake. And if we have done mistakes in our life, we should not worry. We should keep trying and we should never give up. So that's the question and the answer. Next, please tell me what is the secret of happiness? Now Arjun wants to know how one can be happy. And Shri Krishna is saying that demand less, expect less. Actually, here learn from mistakes, it's a typo actually. But the answer is demand less and expect less. Then what will feel? You'll feel happiness. Don't demand for unnecessary things, because when you demand for something and when you don't get that thing, you will become sad. And don't expect anything in return. If you're doing something for anyone, if you're doing anything, any action, and if you expect anything in return and if you don't get that, then also you will feel sadness in your life. That's why demand less and expect and don't expect anything in return. Just do your duty with pure heart, remembering Shri Krishna. So that's the secret of happiness. We'll see the next question. Now Arjun is saying, what my last question. What is the most important thing in the life? And Bhagwan Krishna is saying love. Oh Arjun, oh Parth, love is the important thing in the life. Love everyone and love God. Try to see the presence of God, presence of our Bhagavan in each and every living being. Then only you'll feel that love in your heart. And that's the important thing in our lives. Without love, there will be nothing in this world. Your parents love you. Yes, you love your parents. You love your other family members. You love your friends. And that's why you enjoy being with them. But if you don't love them, and if they are always present in front of you, will you feel happy? No. Because love is there in your heart, you are enjoying every moment of life. And when there is no love, you won't enjoy anything. That's why Shri Krishna is explaining the most important thing in our life is love, praying. Okay? So these were some questions of Arjun, and Shri Krishna was answering to them. So did you understand everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Was it easy to understand? Actually, all these questions are being asked in Bhagavad Gita. There are particular shlokas in which Arjuna is asking these questions to Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha, and the shloka is there. And then when Krishna is answering to his questions, the line comes, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. And the shloka comes where Shri Krishna is answering.
Ma'am, I know Bhagavad Gita 2 shloka.
Can you chant?
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्थे मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भू मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्थ कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योः समो भूत्वा सङ्गं योग उच्यते.
Very good. Very nice. Please switch on your camera. It's a kind request, Mahi. Please switch on your camera. Yes. So everyone understood the questions of Arjun and the answers given by Shri Krishna. Now let's understand. After all these questions, then the war of Kurukshetra began. Okay, just a minute. Actually, the slides in my presentation are up and down actually. They are not in a series. It's okay, we'll try to understand. Okay, so in the first slide you see, day 1, the battle begins. Before I tell you the war and the events happened in this war, let me tell you the two armies, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Okay, the Pandavas aligned with 7 other kingdoms and they formed 7 Akshayoni Sena, that is army. And the Kauravas, they aligned with other 10 kingdoms and their own army, 10 plus 1, 11. And they formed 11 Akshayoni Sena. Okay. So such huge armies were present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This land, Kurukshetra, it was a sacred land where many sages and kings and other people have done so many austerities. So many tapasyas and pujas and yagyas have performed on this land. And Shri Krishna knew that this was the sacred land and this is the best place for the Pandavas and Kauravas to gather at one place and to fight for the war, like fight for the throne of Hastinapur. As we have seen in our previous class, Duryodhan had snatched Indraprastha from Yudhishthira in the game of dice. And King Yudhishthira, he lost everything. Now he has nothing with him. Also, the Pandavas had spent 12 years in the forest and 1 year in the Matsya kingdom, in the kingdom of King Virat. Yes? And the day came. The battle began. From the Pandavas, the chief commander was Drishtadyumna, brother of Draupadi. And from the Kauravas, the commander, the chief commander, the Senapati was Bhishma Pitamaha. Then, how did the war begin? Everyone blowed their conches. Blowing the conch before the war started, it was a sign that yes, we are ready for the war. And from both sides, all the great warriors started blowing their conches. There was so much loud noise. Also, other musical instruments were played by the soldiers, so that it was an indication that yes, we are ready for this so huge war. Everyone, we are ready. Now, we want to just kill one ourselves and we just want to win this battle. The Pandava side army and the Kaurava side army, both were ready for the war. Okay. Then, day 2. Just a minute. On the first day, everyone was ready with the armies and many small soldiers from the both sides, they lost their lives. And the great warriors, that is the 5 Pandavas, King Drupad, Drishtadyumna, they all were safe from the Pandavas. Also, all the 100 Kauravas, Uncle Shakuni, Karna, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Uncle Shalya, everyone was safe. No one died on day 1st. Then, day 2, Arjuna fights bravely. Again, the chief commander from Pandavas is Drishtadyumna, brother of Draupadi. And from the Kauravas, Bhishma Pitama was there. And Arjun fights with full confidence on this day. And he stops Bhishma Pitama's attacks and he saves many Pandava brothers. But mid-level warriors of Kaurava's side, they lost their lives. Not so important names, but some of the Kaurava soldiers were killed by Arjun that day. And this made Duryodhan very angry. He was feeling that why Arjun is killing my army? Something should be done. We have to stop Arjun. What we can do? What we can do? Plan a strategy. Everyone, do something. I don't want Arjun to win this battle. In this way, Duryodhan was like shouting on everyone. And he was saying, stop Arjun, stop Arjun. In this way, he couldn't do anything other than shouting. And Arjun killed many of the Kaurava mid-level soldiers who were against the Pandavas. Then came the day 3rd. On this day, Bhishma Pitama was unstoppable because Duryodhan reminded his vow. Bhishma Pitama had said that whatever may happen, I will always save the Kauravas. I will use all my strength. I will not stop. Whoever is coming in front of me, I will start attacking on him. And in this way, the Pandavas got in trouble. What did Bhishma Pitama do? He became like extremely powerful and he started using his weapons. He had so many divine weapons with him. He had so many divine arrows, which he had got from the divine austerities he had done of very number of devatas. He had many divine arrows with him. He started using that arrows, and many Pandava soldiers lost their life. No big warriors were defeated, but the army number was getting less. It was decreasing. And the Pandava brothers were in trouble. They were thinking, oh my God, how can we stop Bhishma Pitama? He is our grandfather. How can we attack on him? And we all know he had so many divine powers with him. And he has one boon. He cannot be killed by anyone. He can be killed only on his own wish. If he wishes to die, at that moment he can die. Other than, no one can kill him. Now what to do? How can we stop Bhishma Pitama? That was a great big question in front of the Pandavas. So they started doing strategy. They started, we can make some formation of the soldiers so that we can save our soldiers. We understood we cannot fight against Bhishma Pitama. He is very powerful. But we can make some formation of soldiers so that we can save our lives. Also, we can save our soldiers. In this way, Arjun came with a strategy. Oh, where is day 4 slide? See, this happened with me today. No problem. Here in this side, you see, fourth one, can you see? Arjun breaks with the formations. Here, can you see the fourth, day 4? Switch on your cameras and please reply.
Yes, ma'am, I can see, ma'am.
Yes, can you see day 4 here?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
I
Arjuna
can
made-
also see.
Yes. Arjuna made formations of his soldiers in such a way that he continued to fight fiercely in front of Bhishma Pitama. He saved the life of his soldiers and he killed many Kaurava soldiers. In this way, some important Kaurava warriors lost their lives, and Arjun was happy that day that I could save my Pandava army. And in this way, the day 4 was completed. Everyone was tired that day and everyone was thanking Arjun that, oh Arjun, because of your strategy, because of the idea you gave to us, to some extent, we could fight against Bhishma Pitama and we could save some soldiers. And today, we killed some Kaurava soldiers also. And everyone was appreciating Arjun. Like, come with such strategies so that every day we can do in the same way. We can save our lives. We can save the lives of our army also. Then day 5. What happened? There was an equal fight. Both the sides fought strongly. No one gained clear victory today. Actually, hundreds of soldiers from the both sides lost their lives, but it couldn't be declared that which team is winning this war. Just there was an equal fight between both the wars. Then came day 6. Day 6 says heavy losses. Now it was a bad day for both the armies. Again, the chief commander were Drishtadyumna from Pandavas and Bhishma Pitama from Kauravas. The war becomes very harsh today. Elephants, horses, chariots, everything was destroyed. See, in this image, you can see heavy battle. You can see how this elephant is trying to lift that chariot. Many horses were killed. Soldiers sitting on that horses were killed. Many elephants were killed. Also, soldiers sitting on that elephants were killed. Chariots full of soldiers were pushed by those elephants. Chariots were destroyed. So many soldiers. There was a heavy loss. Everywhere blood was there on the battlefield. Everyone was running. Everyone was like in a fierce, full power and fear in their heart of losing their lives. And in the evening, till the end of that day, there was so much blood on the battlefield. And in the evening, when the battle stopped, the Pandavas and Kauravas had a look on the battlefield, and tears were there in their eyes. And they were feeling very, very sad for the people they have lost in this life, in this war. How many soldiers had lost their lives? Shri Krishna was also feeling bad. He was saying, see, if Duryodhan had walked on the path of dharma, this much loss haven't had happened. Because of this Duryodhan and his brothers, because they did so much adharma, they didn't behave properly with these Pandavas since childhood. That's why we have to bear this loss in this battlefield. Shri Krishna also said, I'm feeling very bad today, but we cannot do anything. If we want to teach lesson to Duryodhan, we have to continue this war. We have to defeat this Kauravas. And then day 7 came. Day 7, Bhima's powerful day, the second Pandava. Bhim, Vrukodar Bhim. What did he do? Bhim became very powerful, and Shri Krishna made him remember his vow. He said to Draupadi when she was being humiliated in that court, when she was being disrobed by Dushasan, when everything was calmed down, Bhim stood up in that court that day and he said, O Draupadi, O Panchali, I take a vow today. These Kauravas, they tried to disrobe you. They disrespected you in front of every people here present. And anyone cannot do anything for you. Anyone didn't help you. Now I take the vow. I will kill all these 100 Kauravas, especially that Duryodhan and Dushasana. And I'll bring the blood of Dushasan, and with that blood, I'll wash your hair. And after washing hair, you will tie your hair again. This Dushasan, he pulled your hair and he dragged you in that court. He disrespected you in such a manner. Now I will punish him. Now that day came, day 7 in the Kurukshetra war. Bhim was remembering his vow. Shri Krishna told Bhim, Oh Bhim, what are you doing? We have completed 6 days in this war. And where is your vow? What are you doing? Come on. Where is your strength? Be present with that strength. Show the Kauravas that you have taken the vow and you will kill them everyone today. And with this strength, Bhim defeated many Kaurava brothers that day. And Bhim was in such a power. Each and every Kaurava was in fear that Bhim today will complete his vow. And he killed several Duryodhan's brothers that day. In this way, the battle got more fearful. And Pandavas were happy that Bhim kept his promise. He was completing his vow. Then let's see what happened day 8. See how Bhim is killing Kaurava brothers with his mace. He was very talented in using the mace. Also, I had told you the story in childhood when Uncle Shakuni and Duryodhan gave him payasam mixed with poison. Bhim was thrown into the Ganga river. And where he fell? He fell into the Nagaloka, where Vasuki gave him a medicine so that his poison was gone away. And due to that medicine, Bhim got the power of 10,000 elephants. You can imagine a person getting power, a person getting strength of 10,000 elephants. Now you can feel how strong Bhim is actually. And in this way, he used his power to kill many Kaurava brothers on day 7. Then, day 8. Karna came into the battlefield actually. And Karna started fighting. Karna was a great archer. And he showed his archery skills. Bhishma Pitamaha was not happy with Karna actually, because Bhishma Pitamaha knew Karna was son of Devi Kunti. And Devi Kunti is mother of the Pandavas. And this secret of Karna was known by Bhishma Pitamaha. That's why Bhishma Pitamaha was not actually happy when Karna was fighting in this war. But Karna had one divine weapon with him, and he wanted to use that weapon against Arjuna. If he had used that weapon against Arjuna, Arjuna could die. And Bhishma Pitamaha knew this. That's why he was not happy with Karna fighting in this war. But Duryodhan instructed Karna to fight because Karna was Duryodhan's best friend. And that's why on the day 8, Karna killed many Pandava soldiers. And this was sad news for the Pandavas. Everyone was worried and everyone knew that Karna is also a powerful warrior. He can also kill many soldiers in the Pandavas army. And this may be a theft. This may be a threat for the Pandavas. And it may happen that they can lose this Battle of Kurukshetra. Then, day 9. Day 9. Okay. Day 9, what happened? Bhishma Pitamaha became more fearful. Duryodhan complains to Bhishma Pitamaha again. Oh, Bhishma Pitamaha, Karna is also doing his duty. I am also fighting. Everyone is fighting. Why are you not using all your power? I want you to use your complete power, and within today, I don't want to fight for more days. Today, you do anything and just kill all the Pandavas. I don't want to see them next day. In this way, Duryodhan was getting angry on Bhishma Pitamaha. He forgot that Bhishma Pitamaha is his grandfather. Do you speak in loud words in front of your elders? Never.
No, ma'am.
Yes. We speak in a loud voice in front of our elders? No way.
I
It is
didn't.
bad manners. It is bad manners to speak in a loud voice in front of our elders. But at this moment, on day 9, Duryodhan forgot this. And he was shouting in such a voice in front of Bhishma Pitamaha that he forgot he is his grandfather. And he's saying to Bhishma Pitamaha, oh Pitamaha, what are you doing? Kill all the Pandavas in one go. I don't want to listen to anything. Use all your power. Do anything. You can also follow the path of adharma for doing this. I'm not telling you to fight with dharma. Today I give you the permission to fight with these Pandavas and follow adharma. But Bhishma Pitamaha was a man of dharma. And he was saying, oh Duryodhan, you cannot misguide me like this. This is a bad way. It is all incorrect. If we follow adharma, you can see Shri Krishna is sitting there. He is charioteer of Arjun. If Shri Krishna got to know that we are following the path of adharma, then you don't know what Sri Krishna can do. Then also Duryodhana is not listening to him. And he's saying, I don't know anything. Use adharma, use some tricks, do anything, and kill all these Pandavas. And that was the final decision. And then Bhishma Pitamaha, again with his more power, he started attacking on Arjun. And also he started attacking on other Pandava brothers. In this way, all the Pandava brothers that day, on day 9th, they were just trying to save themselves from the attacks of Bhishma Pitama. And this was day 9. No Pandava was killed, but they were just protecting themselves and other Pandava brothers from the attacks of Bhishma Pitama. So did you understood? The 9 days till yet, only some Kaurava brothers are being killed, and that's why Duryodhana is getting more angry on Bhishma Pitama.
Yes, ma'am, I understood.
Okay? From tomorrow, day 10 to day 18 will be explaining, and tomorrow will be the last session of our class. And after this Kurukshetra war, what happened? We'll know the story. Okay?
Okay, ma'am, but it is really sad that the session has to end, ma'am. All of these sessions are so nice. I like to know
Yes.
about stories, ma'am.
Yes. So tomorrow we'll understand what happened from day 10 to day 18. Also, there is something events happened after this Kurukshetra war at that night, on the night of day 18th. There is something you might be knowing Ashwathama and the story. What did he do and all. Okay? We'll understand that the story of Ashwathama also. Okay, everyone?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So we'll do the ending prayer. योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दौ वासुदेवौ व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकौ वीरं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Jai Shri Krishna everyone. Good night. Bye bye.
Jai Shri
Good night, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Good Jai Shri Krishna, ma'am. Bye. Happy Pongal, ma'am. Bye.
Happy Pongal. Bye
Happy
bye.
Pongal, ma'am. Happy Sankranti.
Yes. Happy Sankranti.
Happy Shankarati, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much, beta.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.